So if you have recently had your visa rejected, don't you worry. You are in the right hands, Yeah. There are steps that you can take to make an appeal after a visa denial and possibly this time get your visa approved. To gather the necessary information and documentation and to prepare a strong case to the visa authorities. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So as earlier promised, in this video we are going to cover the process and every other detail about a visa denial. This video is going to be all about the process of how to appeal after a visa refusal or denial. If you have recently gone through the process of your visa being rejected, worry no more. I will be walking you through the process of how to appeal. There are steps that you can take to appeal your case. In this video, I will be sharing some of the tips and the tricks. I will also be sharing things to help you understand the appeal process, to gather the necessary documentation. So stay tuned to the end and enjoy. Many are the cases that we get so desperate after a visa refusal. I know how it feels. When I'm waiting for my visas, I am really so tense because you never know. No matter how many times you've traveled, you are always tense. I want to assure you that a visa refusal is no reason for desperation. There is always hope. There is hope, okay? So don't you worry. You can always apply once more after a visa refusal. It's only that you will have to spend some more coins, as if you do a reapplication, you're doing it all as new. And this is maybe if you feel that you didn't give them the right application. After a denial, it is important that you can maybe reapply now, this time well prepared with everything. And that is why I insisted in my previous video that before you apply for a visa, make sure you give yourself enough time and make sure you gather all the information needed to avoid refusal. So in this case, in case you're sure that, wow, I messed it there, I didn't give these documents, you can reapply. But in this video, we are talking about how to appeal after a refusal. So one thing you can do is redoing the application, which will cost you more money, or doing an appeal, which is just like strengthening your case, like trying to convince them that you deserved the visa. But this one, you have to be really to the point. The appeal when you know that your application was correct and there was no reason for denial, like you're confident, like I deserve that visa. I don't know why they denied me that visa. So at this point, if you feel like kabisa, you really gave them everything right, this is when now you appeal your case. But as mentioned, if you feel that everything was not right, you can reapply. And this needs more time because it will take like almost the same time the first one took. But appealing, you have to do it immediately you get the response. Immediately you get your visa rejection, you have to now work on, I have to appeal this case because I'm sure I gave everything right. If you feel that your application was correct and your refusal was a mistake, this is the point where you can appeal your case. You can always appeal the rejection. In order to appeal, make sure that you are sure that you deserved the visa and that their decision was incorrect. And so this way it is more, because you are convinced within yourself, it is easier for you now to convince them that they didn't make a right decision. So you appeal by writing a letter indicating that you're writing to appeal for the decision that they made on your visa. So make sure that after you get the response of your visa, immediately, if it was a rejection, you start planning on how to make that appeal. Make sure you are so well prepared when starting to write this appeal letter, giving very strong reasons as to why you believe that you had a right to get that visa. You should give very solid reasons as to why you think that your visa should have been granted and why the decision should be taken back. So It is something that you need to prepare before you start doing it. So it is important that on your appeal letter, you plan to appeal only on very solid grounds. Point out clearly why the rejection was incorrect. Make sure it is clear why your rejection was incorrect according to you. Then base it on a clear fact, like indicate that clearly, this is my facts. If you're permitted, and in most cases it is permitted, add some of the additional document to prove the fact that you are stating to them. So if they allow you, it is important that you can also put those affirming additional document to show that you know what you're doing. And this also helps to prove the incorrectness of the case, because you have documents and you're basing your facts on a solid ground. It is important to note that various embassies have their appointed times on which you should take or submit the appeal. So you should confirm with the embassy which you're dealing with the times that they have for the appeal, so that you can make sure you take within that timeline. When writing your appeal letter, make sure that you know how to structure it, then whom to direct it to, and finally what to write. It is very important that you know how to structure this letter. It is also of importance that you know who to direct it to. It is also very, very important that you know what you're writing on it. With that said and done, you move to the process. Avoid writing a whole foolscap trying to explain why you think they should have granted you the visa. These people receive so many applications in a day, so many appeals. I don't think they have time to read your two-page explanations. So it is important that you are right to the point. Write as if you know what you're doing. Make sure they are attracted, with your reasons, so that this might not be a chance of you proving to them that they knew what they were doing when denying you. In this case, it must be you showing them that I know what I was doing and proving it. So avoid writing too much information, and also the opposite is true. A paragraph will not be enough to convince them. So that is why I said you must prepare when writing an appeal letter. Another thing I would like to say, writing to them that you were wrong while denying me the visa, that's not an appeal letter. Some people just write, you are wrong to deny me the visa, and expect this to be an appeal letter. No, you have to do more than that. Give solid and valid reasons as to why you think that they didn't give a correct ruling on your visa. What should an appeal letter consist of? Number one, an appeal letter should consist of your personal details. Details of you who is appealing, your date of birth, your passport number, and your address. Also put your email and phone number. Indicate your email and phone number correctly. The second thing you should indicate is the date of your application rejection. So indicate the date that you received the rejection of your visa. Mention this at the very beginning, that this is the date when my visa was rejected, when I received the response of my visa rejection. Okay? And number three, write the reason that they have indicated in the letter they gave you. Write the reason of your visa refusal. Mention clearly, as indicated in the rejection letter that you received, the reason your visa was denied. So, because maybe the person who denied you the visa is not the person handling your appeal, and most likely this is the case. So, indicate clearly why your visa was rejected based on the rejection letter they gave you. Number four, the next step is write why you believe that the rejection was incorrect. So explain clearly why you think that your application was wrongly decided, and give them reasons why they should approve it. So when writing this part, you could be tempted to write a long story. So make sure you state the facts in this one. Then list to them the reasons why you believe that this decision should change. This is the most important part of the letter. I believe this is the only part they are interested in, because you're stating I believe that the decision was not correct, and this 1, 2, 3 is why I believe so. And I believe you should take it back and grant me the visa. So this is the most important part of that letter. Take in note of this so that you will get your appeal letter change the decision they had already given you earlier. Based on the refusal purpose, the reason why they refused you the visa, you can add some additional document, because this will guide you on the additional documents to add. If maybe they said they refused you the visa because of insufficient documents on this area, make sure that now you can add on the appeal letter, you can attach these documents that they say maybe they missed. If that is your case, whatever your case is on the reason for the refusal of the visa, this will guide you on the documents that you can add. In case it is your pass photo that was not according to the measurements, just get another one taken with the right measurements this time and appeal based on that ground. So whatever documents you add on your appeal is based on what was indicated on the rejection letter that you received. So after all this thorough work that you have done, you can edit with your name and signature and print it out. This is the letter that you put nicely in an envelope and send it back to the address of the embassy, or take it in person to the embassy. Make sure you have everything checked well, because this time you don't want your appeal to lose. You don't want to lose the case on your appeal, you know. It would be so frustrating after you've done all this work. So make sure you structure your appeal very well, and this time, hopefully, you win your case and you get your visa approved. I have witnessed several people doing the appeal and succeeding, so you're not the only one. So if you intend to go this way, all the best and get ready for your travel. Don't forget this short process. Number 1, it is your personal details. Number 2, it should be date of your application rejection. Number 3, the reason behind your visa denial. Number 4, and the most important one, should be why you believe that the reason for the visa rejection was incorrect, and now giving the right information. Number 4 is the most important one. Then number 5, putting your signature, printing out and sending out the documents. I believe this video has been helpful to you, and I believe if you follow these processes, you will succeed, and in case you got a denial, and hopefully this time get your visa approved. Thank you so much for watching to the end. Please like, share, subscribe if you have not, and join this wonderful family. On the next video, we are still going to do more research on these visa processes and many possibilities of moving abroad. So stay tuned until the next video. Be blessed. Goodbye.